You ever just look at the world and think none of this makes any sense? Why do some really good people seem to have the worst luck, while others who, well, let's just say aren't so nice, seem to get everything they want? It's a question we've all asked, and it's probably as old as humanity itself. Today, we're diving into an ancient text that gives a really deep, systematic answer to it all. It's called the Sutra of Good and Evil Actions.
So before we can even get into the answers the sutra gives us, we have to really sit with the problem it's trying to solve. And it's a problem that feels like it could have been written yesterday, a set of contradictions that are just as real for us now as they were thousands of years ago.
This is the big one, right? This is the puzzle we see every single day. Some people are born rich, others poor. Some are super smart, others really struggle. You see kind people get hit with bad luck, and cruel people just sail through life. I mean, how does that work? Is it all just random?
And what's so fascinating is that this isn't some New Age dilemma. This exact question was asked by the Buddha's own disciple, Ananda. He was looking around at the world, seeing all these things that just didn't add up, and he couldn't get his head around it. He was basically asking, what are the rules here? What's the underlying logic to how all this works?
And the Buddha's answer? Well, it wasn't about some god in the sky pulling strings, rewarding and punishing. Nope. What he described was a universal law, an impersonal principle that's as fundamental as something like gravity, a law that governs our entire lives.
He called this law karma. But let's be super clear. The karma in this sutra isn't about fate or some kind of mystical revenge. It's a precise, predictable law of cause and effect. The text puts it so simply. Your life right now, all of it, the good, the bad, your talents, your challenges, is the direct result of actions you, yourself, have taken in the past.
Okay, and this is where it all clicks. It's a two-part equation. Your present life, that's just the harvest you're reaping from seeds you planted a long time ago. But, and this is the game changer, every action you take today, every thought you have right now, those are the new seeds you're planting for your future. You are, in every single moment, creating the world you're going to live in tomorrow.
All right, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this law actually play out? The sutra gets incredibly specific about which actions, or seeds, lead to which results. And we're going to start with the ones that cause suffering.
What's so wild here is the logic. It's not random punishment. The effect is a perfect mirror of the cause. If your mind is full of anger and hate, it literally creates an unpleasant physical form. If your mind is constantly grasping, stingy, and refusing to give, it creates a reality of poverty. You take life from others, your own life becomes shorter. According to this text, the universe is just a perfect mirror.
Let's take another one, pride. The sutra says that if you're arrogant, if you're constantly looking down on other people, that directly leads to you being born into a situation where people look down on you. The cause and effect are perfectly matched. The internal feeling of superiority you project out into the world becomes the external reality you have to experience later.
And the text is just packed with these kinds of direct connections. You refuse to listen to wisdom, you experience deafness. You're lazy about learning and growing, you end up with a smaller, less capable body. Disrespect your teachers, you face physical problems. And look at this last one. You don't pay back your debts, you end up in a life of servitude. It's like a cosmic ledger where every single account has to be balanced eventually.
Okay, so that's the heavy stuff. But here's the really good news. This law is completely impartial. It works both ways. Just like negative actions create suffering, positive actions are the seeds that grow into happiness, success, and everything good.
And what I love about this is how it perfectly mirrors the negative effects. It's like for every poison, the sutra gives us the exact antidote. The antidote to anger is patience, and that results in beauty. The antidote to stinginess is generosity, and that results in wealth. The antidote to harming life is compassion, which leads to a long life. See? The path to happiness isn't some big mystery. It's a clear set of instructions.
So you might ask, how do I get a specific result? Well, the sutra lays it out like a recipe. You want to experience wealth and abundance? The cause is generosity. But, and this is key, it's not just about the act of giving. It's the mindset. You have to give freely, without that stingy feeling, without regretting it later. When you do that, the text says the result is absolutely inevitable. You will experience abundance.
And the return on your karmic investment? Well, it can be huge. The sutra explains that giving something to an ordinary person might get you 100 times back. But giving that same thing to a great teacher
someone who can then use that energy to help countless others, the return is literally described as countless. It's all about the ripple effect.
To make it even more practical, the text points out what it calls the 3 fields of merit. Think of these as the most fertile ground for planting your good seeds. These are the areas where positive actions create the biggest, most inexhaustible rewards. And they are your spiritual teachers, your own parents, and anyone who is sick. The sutra says that directing our care and generosity to these 3 groups is one of the most powerful things we can do.
So, after laying out this whole cosmic system of cause and effect, this giant ledger of actions and results, the sutra brings it all home to one single powerful point about our own lives.
What's the big takeaway from all this? Is it that we're just doomed to live out a script that was written by our past actions? Are we just puppets on a string?
No, absolutely not. And honestly, this is the most important part of the entire text. The message is the exact opposite of fate. It's a radical, powerful declaration of your own personal power, your agency. Yeah, your present circumstances were shaped by your past. You can't change that. But your future? It's 100% in your hands. Right here, right now, you are the architect. You're holding the blueprints.
And that brings us to the final, beautiful image the sutra leaves us with. Every single thing you do, say, or even think, it's a seed. You are a gardener, constantly planting, whether you know it or not. The sutra is just the instruction manual for that garden. So it leaves us with a really powerful question. I want to leave with you. If you think about the world you truly want to live in tomorrow, what seeds are you going to plant today?